Okay, let's start with the data frame part in Pandas package. In earlier session, we have seen the series part. So, difference between series and data frame is primarily series is a single dimension, data frame is a two-dimension structures. Whenever you have anything to store in tabular structure, you can use data frame for analytics purpose. So, let's see what options are there. So, indirectly, you can say data frame is a collection of multiple series. So, series, if you combine multiple series, it will make a data frame. So, let's see. So, data frame via list. I'll say let me create a list, then I will import panda later. So I'll say 11, 12, 13, 14. So I'll say import pandas as PD. So see the difference. What is the difference with panda and series? Let me make a series first, which I done in earlier session. And I do this for data frame. Data frame. You have to see the difference. So in series, we are not having this column indexes. We generally have row index only in series. Column index is being started in data frame only. So currently I am using a single list. That's why a single column has been created with the naming of 0. So we will be changing this name early in later on the sessions. So let me go for the more say two-dimension list. Let's take an example. Suppose I am having one list carrying data like this. I say name, let me say Rajiv. Subject, I say let me have a Python. I say marks is 44. 44 would be very less. Let's go for this second one, Sandeep. I'll say he'll amble and score 98. Then I'm having one more. Let me put myself also. I'll go for AI. And score I should go for 99, or let it be very moderate. So if you can see this list is carrying a sub list. So if I take such kind of data in my data frame, I'll be getting a table sort of outcome. Data frame ls df. So you can see that the first element of each sub list considered as the first column, and subsequently second and third column is available. And now, as similar to this series, we do have option of changing list, changing index and the column names also. I'll say index, let me write R1, R2 and R3. And for column heading, I do have option of columns. I say first column is my name, second column is my, let me say, subject, and third column I'm saying marks. If you do like this, you'll be getting a more structured approach, or you can say more readable approach for showing your data. So depending on data values, you can get the things. And third option, if you get via dictionary, say let me take a dictionary. So I'll say name. Let me put a few names. So let me say Rajiv, Sandeep. Let me have two only, no worry. Oh, let me have one also, no issue. So I want to demonstrate one thing which would be helping me. Subject, I'll go for, let's say, Python, ML, AI, and marks I'm putting, let's say 67, 98, 70, whatever. So if I refer this thing, you will get to know this keys of the dictionary will be considered as a column name. So we needed to give column names. The keys of this dictionary would be considered as a column name, and the row index would be normal 0 to subsequent rows. So, but we need to take care of two things in the dictionary. One, the number of elements of each list against the key need to be the same. Otherwise, you will be getting an error. Array must be of same length. So that's a prerequisite. all list of keys should be of same length. So if you don't have, so it's giving an issue. So if you don't have values, and you are being asked that this you are not having data of Rajendra subject. So for that purpose only we do have alternatives. So what we can do, we can say, let me hold it in a series format. So I'll say pd.series, as because the series is helping you to create an index. So if you have index, then you can have this sort of calculations. Then it will consider this last person is not having a subject in their list. See the difference. So it's saying ki name, Rajiv, Sandeep are having data. As Rajendra being a last person, his subject would be considered as a NaN. NaN is nothing, means null. No data is available for them. A similar thing you can do via specifying the specific details. If I let me copy this again. So we do have option of putting specific null values manually. So for putting null values, let me put a marks NaN. In that case, without using series also, you can say, though I don't have values of this marks either with me, we can validate. Even though if you say that yes, Sandeep marks is not there and the marks is also there, so you can shift your values. So, but in the series part, your last value will be considered as NaN. So, if you want to have manual null values, then you can go for and numpys.nan attributes for putting it null and specific locations. That's a structure which we are looking for. Depending on the case, we can plan the things. And suppose after creating this data frames, so we can get access of values. So for getting access and data value access, so for getting a single value, I prefer you should go like this. Say name. Even though you can go for dot column name also, but sometimes it's happen ki you might have the space in between the column names. So in that case, dot operator without is not recommended. And if you want to access multiple column, then you have to specify list inside the filtration option. I say name and mark should display. So if you don't do this two brackets, it considers this name and marks as a single column, which would not be available. Let me show you the error. Let me copy this and remove this brackets. I'll show you. They are looking for key. Key means column, name, comma, marks, which is not there in your system. So it's always recommended that you refer list while you are accessing multiple columns. For accessing rows, you do have options of specifying the indexes. For better understanding, I prefer you should go for loc and iloc methods. Method, you can say attributes look like filtration functions. So let me explain you first. Let's go for iloc. Iloc is for filtering data frame based on indexes of row and column. Let's take an example. Currently I am having df like this. So I say I need to get first all rows, all column, no variations. Column means alls. I say I just want a first row. First row is there. I say first and third row. I can specify list. and I'm taking all columns only. I'm not filtering columns. So let's filter the columns also. So I'll say I want to see the first column only, that's name. I say I want to go for name and the marks. Then I specify filtration. So depending on need, you can plan the things. So if you want to go for iloc, then you have to filter out your data structure based on indexes available. So if you are not familiar with indexes, then you can go for loc, which is filtering data frame based on index labels. Index labels means the headers text which you are given to labels. So currently the row is not having any labels. So depending on your requirement, you can change it. Otherwise, 0, 1, 2 is also good to go for. It is also being considered as a label also. So let me show you the difference. Then we'll change the text. Say loc. I'll say I want to get the first and third row, and column I say name and mark should be there. So here we are giving a name of the indexes. If my indexes of my data frame has been changed, here let's say I say R1, R2, R3. So in that case, I should not go for 0, 1 because it has been already changed. So I'll need to refer the labels. So loc is for getting data access based on labels of index. Labels of index means the headers, column headers can be labels, and the indexes, if you have not changed your row index, it's taken as a numeric index as a label only. So you have both the options with you. You can go ahead and plan your things. So methods are as it is available, which we were having in the series part. Let's say df. We are having head to get the top 5. If you are having lesser than 5 values, then you can specify 1. Similarly, tail is also there, getting row values. Most important method is info. Info is helping you to take the table structure of a data frame, like how many columns are there, what is the data type of this particular column, and how many null or not null values are there, and how many columns of respective data types. I say object type is 2 columns are there, float type is 1. What is the normal memory uses of this data frame? Depending on the case, you can take a call. Then we have columns. So if you want to see the columns, you want to get values, then attributes are there. If you want to get descriptions are there. Describe is there. So describe will generally go for the numeric one. If you want to go for the characters also, you can go for describe and specify include as an object. Go for objects wise also. If you want to go for object and numeric all, you can numeric and object together. You can give it all. It'll show both. Wherever respective values are not available, go for none. But it's recommended you analyze separately. Describe normally go for numeric one, and if you have this object based values are there, then go for the object based outcomes. So let me go back. So I say same like sort. Sort index is there. It has already been sorted. By default sorted by row. If you don't specify it, axis is 0. So let me do some change to demonstrate this. Now I'm changing the index. Manually I'm saying it is let it be A, C and B. Just for my understanding. So now see, the actual data is ACB, and you have been asked to sort it on the row basis. And if you ask to sort data based on column headers, then you can specify axis as 1. Here sorting based on row index. They are sorting based on column index. That's it. So if you want to sort on the data part, then we have sort values. Then we are, because we are having multiple columns, then we have to specify by here. Whereas series won't require by, but here we need to go for by. I say I have to sort name wise. Rajiv, Sandeep are first, then Sandeep later on. And if you want to go for the marks also, you can sort the marks basis. And even though you can sort based on multiple values, so we'll use this technique while we have bigger data to expose on. Along with this here, in sort values or sort index, we are having one more parameter, that's ascending. By default is true when data being sorted in the ascending order. When to go for descending order, you can just simply say false. So marks are being sorted in the descending order, because higher value is on top and lower value would be at the bottom. So this is available in both the cases, sort values or sort indexes. And same function is also available in series. So you can do the same thing in series also. So as and when required, you can go for it. So let me write down the functions which we are currently using for this. Functions or attribute, because few things are part of attributes which are not in curly in the round brackets ending. So I'll say first and foremost thing, we are saying we are having let's say columns, attributes, to get the column list. Next we have values attributes to get the values of data frame. Returning you a two-dimension list in form of array. Next we have info method to get the structure description of data frame. Next we are having head method to get the top 5 or n rows from data frame. Similarly, tail method is also there to get the bottom 5 or n rows from data frame. Then we have sort index method where if axis is 0, it sort data frame based on row index. If axis is 1, it sort data based on columns. Then next we have sort values method. Here we have by attribute, then you have to specify the column name. It sort data based on given column name. Then we do have getting attribute of D types to get the data types of respective columns. Respective columns. df.d types. Depending on case, you can go ahead, see the cases. So we'll keep it data frame here. We'll go for analyzing data frame in subsequent sessions.